In this video, I'll be flying on a subsidiary airline of an existing legacy carrier, along with exploring a Bavarian city, its Christmas market, Audi, and much more. So join with me on this adventure, as I'll be starting out at my base Dublin Airport. And before we get right into this, I just want to let you guys know that most of the audio you're going to be hearing is going to come from the left-hand side of the ear and not from both ears. And it's mainly due to the fact that my DJI mic just wants most of the audio coming from the left-hand side. Anyways, here are the timestamps. Yo, what's happening, my people? This is your captain AJ Murky here. Welcome to another aviation / travel adventure where I'm going to be heading back to Germany again for the second time this year. Last time I went was September when I went to Düsseldorf, and to be honest, it was pretty mid. But today we're not going to Düsseldorf, we're going to Munich, so I can explore the city, you know, the Christmas market, which is pretty much a thing in Germany. And it's not just Munich, but also all over Germany. I'm gonna go to the Audi factory area, the what's called the museum, as well as just going to another country other than Germany. So yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some exciting stuff happening, you know, throughout this video. So pretty excited to go to this place and see what it's like. You know, I've already been to the airport before, you know, 2 years ago, back in 2023, to do some airside activities, you know, aviation activities like airside bus tour, visitor park, and stuff like that. If you guys have not seen the video, top right hand corner in the description, work away. Today I'm going to be flying on an airline that is new on this channel, which is not Aer Lingus or Queer Fungus. It's an airline that is actually part of the Star Alliance, one of the 5 founding members, and has been known to collecting other airlines like Pokemon and putting them into its own dedicated group. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since 2012, I'll be flying on Deutsche Lufthansa Aktiengesellschaft, or Lufthansa, just straight up Lufthansa. I'm excited. The last flight I flew with them actually was from here to Lagos and back with both their Airbus A321 current engine option and their Airbus A330-300. And from my flight experience, I honestly find it, you know, decent. It's really not that bad of a flight, honestly. The only thing I remember is the fact that I pushed my headrest up too high to the point where it actually started falling on my tray table, and the cabin crew went over and started fixing it. They were so quick with it, you know what I mean? And yeah, all these little things that, you know, the cabin crew were doing on that flight was just something that I would truly appreciate from a German legacy carrier. I actually like the amenities they had, you know, especially when I was 10 years of age at the time, you know, when they had these little playing cards, as well as those little pictures that they had at the galley. It's like a postcard. You got a picture at the front, and then you get your, you know, postcard, something you can write down. You know, it's just one of these small little details I like about Lufthansa. And I honestly favored that airline at the time. But now things have changed. A lot of things have changed within the past 10 years, literally over a decade. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I get a good, bad, or ugly experience. So yeah, anyways, without no further yapping, let's head over to the gate. The specific Lufthansa I'll be trying out in this video is Lufthansa City, which is still Lufthansa, but low cost. Don't get it twisted with Cityline, as their operations differ, but I'll touch back on it later on. This subsidiary was new to the group in 2022 and had commenced operations in 2024 from its current main hub, Munich, to Birmingham. This will soon change, as the airline is planning on operating flights out of its second main hub, Frankfurt, in early 2026, along with obtaining 40 of their A220s on that same time period. They currently have a total of 15 aircrafts either parked or in operation, with 4 A319s and 11 A320neos present. I'll be flying on one of their 11 A320neos, so let's take a quick look and see who it is. Alright, so here I am at gate 302. I'm standing next to my ride taking me over to southeast Germany. Delta Alpha India Charlie, an Airbus A320neo that has been in operation since 2 months ago, so it's literally brand new. Yeah, the first time I saw the A320neo on my ride, I was thinking, okay, this is going to be one of these A320neos with Pratt & Whitney PW1100 engines. Little did I know, as I looked further into the image that I screenshotted, it was CFM LEAP 1As, and I was like, ain't no way, but I get it. Because right now, Pratt & Whitney are going through problems with their A320neos. I mean, Lufthansa and many other airlines have also been going through problems with those engines on those aircrafts. I mean, it even got to the point where some of the airlines that have A220s as well with those Pratt & Whitney engines are retiring them because of those engine problems, the maintenance problems. So not even just problems, but cost as well. So yeah, just to see an A320neo with the CFM LEAP engines, fascinating to see, different. The only few airlines in the Lufthansa group that have the A320neo, those LEAP engines, are Brussels Airlines and Eurowings. Those are the only two that have those type of engines. The rest are just Pratt & Whitneys, which are Austrian, Swiss, and Lufthansa itself, and the rest is City. I think there are only 3 units of those A320neos that have these type of engines: India Alpha, India Bravo, and India Charlie. So yeah, let's head over and board our flight. All right, so here I am sat at 19 Foxtrot, which is where you get an adjacent view outside the window. You get a nice view of the wing. But yeah, the seats are very cheap, very sturdy when it comes to the cushioning. We'll take a look at the paperwork as we get onto the flight. But yeah, I mean, tray table is adjustable. Obviously, it's got a seat pocket, leg room, pretty decent.
Decent! Does this seat look decent to you? Queer fungus type seating, and you're gonna come up and lie to your viewers that this seat is decent. Nah, to hell with you. What are you on about? Bro, I could barely fit on that seat. I could barely breathe. You need to go back to that flight. I'm telling you. Re-review that seat. What? It's tripping.
It's got an armrest. I think those seats are from Recaro, so it's pretty much going to be the same as what I would expect from Wizz Air, just like I said, cheap. Yeah, everything is pretty much the same as every other A320. There is no difference whatsoever. It's just meh. You know what I mean? So anyways, I'm going to shut this camera off and give you guys the explanation of the 2 differences between Cityline and City Airlines. So yeah, see you when we get to airborne.
Welcome from the flight deck. My name is Philip. I'm your captain today on board our Lufthansa City Airlines. Dinner 20 on our flight to Munich. With me the flight deck, Eli, who's the first officer. As to an hour captain, have the pleasure to fly you to Munich. The flight time is scheduled around 2 hours. And the weather in Munich right now is with clouds and temperatures of -1 centigrade. Please make yourself comfortable and enjoy the flight. And enjoy the flight with us. Thank you.
Lufthansa Cityline typically serves smaller, lower demand destinations like Salzburg, Graz, or Luxembourg, utilizing regional aircraft like the CRJ900, whereas City Airlines serves high demanded European routes like Manchester, Malaga, Bordeaux, Helsinki, Dusseldorf, Hamburg, and more, currently utilizing A320 family aircrafts as mentioned. Cityline also serves cargo flights on their A321 passenger converted freighter for Lufthansa Cargo. Now, because this is the new kid on the Lufthansa block, this will serve as a replacement to Cityline as it originated in the late 50s and operated throughout 6 decades, making it a legacy carrier. Another difference is their identity in terms of flight information and communication, where Cityline uses CL and City Airlines uses VL for each flight numbers respectively, and for call signs, Cityline and City Air. One last difference spotted between these 2 subsidiaries are both their uniforms. The layout is pretty much the same for both, but the difference specifically lies on their ties and scarves, where with Cityline, the male cabin crew wear a navy blue tie and the female crew wear a yellow scarf around their neck, whereas with City Airlines, the male crew wear a sapphire blue tie and the female crews wear a sapphire blue scarf around their neck. So here we are, airborne, cruising altitude at 39,000 feet. Before we got off the ground, I also forgot to mention that there are power adapters as well as the seat having a coat hook. I also took the time to explore the paperwork that they have present, where there is a safety card shown on the front, open, and on the back. Next, we have the World Shop magazine showing all duty-free items such as watches, baggage, perfume, skincare, etc. You'd also find them in the Miles and More app, which helps for boosting up your miles. The crew handed us water and napkins, which indicates that service is on, so I decided to browse the farmer's snack catalog to find out what to eat from there, where inside there was a variety of snacks to choose from, such as salads, sambos, nuts, and other appetizers, as well as a range of beverages. Now, because the airline lies on the low-cost side, this means that you're gonna have to buy your food yourself, baby. Yeah, because they ain't gonna buy it for you. Just remember that when you're flying on Lufthansa City, that you're gonna have to buy your food for yourself. I know it sucks, but you're gonna have to get used to the culture in that airline. So, yeah. Now, it would be nice to try out the salad, but it's pricey. So I opted to try out the Salgot turkey cured, dry sausage and breadsticks, which isn't the best option, especially at €4.90, but it's the only one that sucks best in my opinion.
All right, my people, here we got meal for today. It's Salgot cured sausage and breadsticks. So we're gonna see how it tastes like. If it tastes like trash, I'll say how that stuff is. I don't know, like I genuinely don't know how it's gonna taste. This one I bought looks like a pencil. Pencil sticks. I mean, given the name, they got breads there. Not too bad. Tastes like bread. Not too crazy. Like I said, if it tastes like trash, it tastes like trash. If it tastes weird, it tastes weird. It's actually not too bad. Oh, this is good. Has that turkey to it, the meaty taste and everything. This one you can use to smoke, but there's no smoke on the board, so why would I do that? Let me see what it tastes like all together with bread. Actually tastes good. For €4.90, almost €5, I approve. But to be frank, I'm not really spitting everything what's wrong. To be frank, I don't think it'll be enough, but it's something.
And off camera, I finished the whole thing, which I have to say, by far, this is one of the best healthy snack options to choose from, especially when you factor in the macros it provides.
You got a nice sip of that water. Oh shit, spilling everywhere. Refreshing. Nothing beats a nice bottle of water.
Probably should have taken two if I had enough money with me, but sure, look, you can't beat a pack of pistachios and a beef jerky I bought from WH Smith. Well, actually you can, because it costed like €12 combined, which is mad. But I was bored, I had to put something in my mouth at some point. Pause. When it comes to the in-flight entertainment, I didn't really consider trying out the Wi-Fi because 1, I wanted to save my expenditure for when I get to Munich, and 2, I'd rather do it on my way back. So instead, I spent majority of my time listening to music while snacking. Later on, the crew handed us some chocolate.
Chocolate? Did you say chocolate?
Yes, chocolate. Branded by Lindt, which tastes like chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not supposed to take this because I'm cutting, but I'm gonna finish it anyway. I don't really care. As we are descending and beginning our approach, it is time to round up this flight by giving some ratings. Starting with the negatives, which are only just 2. The seats are exactly like the ones you'd find with the same quality as Queer Fungus, Selfish Airways, Trine Flair, and many more. In other words, they are cheap, cramped, and stiff. For reference, I'm 5'8.5" or 1.74 meters, which means I can easily fit in those seats. If you're 6'4" or over, you're probably better off booking an emergency exit or business class entirely. Why business class? You will know next video. Luckily, that middle seat was free, which gives me enough room to man spread. But if that was the case where that flight was full, then you wouldn't be able to see this video up on this channel. The only redeeming quality are the USB ports. But if you have a charger that has a USB Type-C on the tail end, then my oga, you're cooked. 4 out of 10 for that. Next is the in-flight entertainment, which I didn't consider, though again, my plan is to try out the Wi-Fi on my way back, if there is any. Now that I've gotten those two out the way, let's talk about the positives. In terms of staff friendliness, the cabin crew were hospitable, friendly, and professional at their jobs, which is everything you need in an airline, hence the rating 9 out of 10. Cleanliness is another one that shines, especially when the carpets are looking spotless. The only thing that's slightly less spotless is my tray table. Honestly, it's really not that deep, especially when I can easily wipe that off with a wet cloth. But I just wasn't bothered to do it anyway. I didn't try out the loo review because I want to save it for my second flight back home. For now, 8 out of 10. The food was decent despite it being pricey. I always find the breadsticks and dried turkey pencil sausages a gem of a snack, especially as a healthy option. Again, would be nice to try out other ones at some point, that's if I'm willing to buy them. Otherwise, 7.5 out of 10. City Airlines has been an amazing low-cost airline to fly on. Looking forward to running it back again in business class, so stay tuned for the next video when it comes out. Overall, in terms of low cost standards, I'ma give this one an 8.3 out of 10. With that being said, I'll let you guys go with this smooth, buttery touchdown I experienced after prevailing through that heavy mist. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, oder meine Damen und Herren. Willkommen, willkommen, willkommen zurück am Flughafen Franz Josef Strauß mit einer Flugzeit von 2 Stunden und 2 Minuten. To all my Germans out there, what do you think? It's good to be back, seeing the same plane since 2 years ago, excluding the A340-600. I'm sure we already know where that went.
Lufthansa, City Airlines, Star Airlines und der kompletten Besatzung möchte ich mich an dieser Stelle von Ihnen verabschieden. Es war schön, Sie hier nach München begleitet zu haben und wir freuen uns auf Ihre Journey. We're looking forward to the next flight with you.
One of the reasons why I chose 19F is because of this.
Cabin crew, all doors in park.
Harmony. Oh, the harmony.
Sensational. Willkommen, willkommen, willkommen in Munich Airport, Flughafen. We are currently at a different terminal, Terminal 2. 2 years ago, we were at Terminal 1 when we got off the Aer Lingus flight from Dublin. So yeah, now I'm just gonna be heading over to baggage reclaim and exit so I can collect my baggage and then we can reserve my hotel. So yeah, overall, flight was pretty smooth and would love to go back to City Airlines again, you know what I mean? I'll see you guys when we get to the hotel.
The first time I encountered the Christmas market in Germany was when I was in German class during my junior certificate. The only thing I distinctly recall was the arrays of food, toys and other items they sell. Beyond exploring Munich, this was one of the main reasons why I wanted to visit there, as it offers a chance to sample their food and perhaps do some window shopping or even Christmas shopping in general. They have one at the airport which I will touch back on later. After booking my room and getting that workout and cardio session in, I headed over to Marienplatz via light rail and U-Bahn. As expected, it was packed with people given all the activities and food options available. Speaking of food, I tried the beef chili bratwurst and it was good, though I regret taking that mustard.
I shouldn't be eating my room left hand, hold on. We got some bratwurst. It's a chili one. And yeah, we're gonna give it a taste and see what it's like. It's actually not too bad. That mustard is hella strong, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's so strong. Oh, it's in my head.
Next, I tried the apple strudel crepes.
I've got myself the apple strudel in the crepe form. So I'm gonna give this one a taste and see what it's like. Hopefully I don't burn my mouth. I don't even know where to start, to be honest. That's not too bad. It has that taste of apple. Even though it's in cup form, the taste of the apple is there. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm not gonna lie, guys. One thing I didn't even cop is the fact that they put in white chocolate in it. And I do not like white chocolate at all, bro.
Most of my time spent was window shopping and exploring the markets for more food. I wanted to try out the apple fritters, but they only accepted cash, and I only had €1.50. Even though it would cost €2 for one, I couldn't afford it, so I declined. Instead, I opted for a kebab bowl, which was quite filling.
Right now I'm just, exploring the city, just gallivanting, getting my steps in, Time, I think it's past 9. So maybe when it's like 9:30, I'll turn in and call this one a day.
This wasn't my only visit to the markets, because on Tuesday, I returned to the spot for second round so I could try out those fritters. These are essentially deep fried apple rings, and they are surprisingly good. I managed to sneak 3 pieces for €5 despite being on a cut. But for the content, gotta indulge. On Wednesday, I went to try out some currywurst and chips. Essentially, it's wurst drenched on ketchup and sprinkled with curry powder.
See what this is about. It cost me €9, so yeah. Currywurst, 3 to 1. Not too bad. I think the bowl is very edible, but yeah, still. Hummus is not too bad. It's actually better than what I had in Euro Wings, to be honest.
Next, I tried out the turkey wurst, which was alright, especially since I didn't add any condiments. Didn't finish the bread though, cause I didn't want those carbs to weigh me down.
Stuck my teeth.
On Thursday, the 4th and final day, I visited the airport to explore its offerings as discussed earlier. I genuinely find this place to be a gem of a spot because of the calmer atmosphere compared to the city centre. We also need to factor in the fact that passengers are departing and arriving there, hence the lighter foot traffic. They also feature a variety of activities available, such as ice skating, markets to properly Christmas shop, and trying out different dishes like this mac and cheese or käsespätzle with crispy onions I bought.
Alright, so time to give this one a taste test. See if it's good, bad, or ugly. That tastes good. I like it. Especially with the onions sprinkled onto it.
Later on that day, I went to the English Garden to see what it's like over there. The last thing I tried out on camera was this beverage.
Alright, the last thing I'm gonna have, the Blue Toe Ranking Punch. It's a red punch, non-alcohol, thank God. So let's see how it tastes. That's good. It's good. It's sugar. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna spike my blood sugar and make me addicted to eating more sugar. I'll try not to get to that stage, but yeah, Blue Toe Ranking Punch, it's not too bad, certified. This will keep me warming my hands, especially in the cold. See, this is the gem. English Garden is the gem for the Christmas market. Forget Marion Platz. Why would you go to Marion Platz? That thing is packed. It's a kid. Literally. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, it's like I'm sipping tea.
That's all from the Christmas market, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time being there, eating the foods, gallivanting, and just seeing what it's like both at daylight and night light. Hopefully I'll run it back with a couple of friends and probably explore more and see what it's like. But for now, time for me to rewind cassette back to Tuesday, where I went on a trip to Ingolstadt, taking 2 trains with a pit stop.
Alright, so here I am in the Hausen, pretty much an hour away from Munich or 30 minutes away from Munich, I don't know, but we're in north anyway. I'm just gonna be waiting for the next train, the RB16, and go down to 18 minutes. Yeah, there has been a delay. I think it's like a 10-minute delay, so it's gonna be chilling out for a few, and then maybe when I get down to 10 minutes, I'm gonna head over to catch that train. So yeah. Alright guys, so here I am at Ingolstadt's Audi right behind me, looking clean, looking sharp, looking like a cylinder, flat cylinder. Anyways, it took me ages to get there. Little did I know, the routes that Google Maps gave me was poxy as f. Most of the places that I wanted to go were blocked off by staff entrances. So I would have taken a bus there, but to be honest, it would have taken me a lot of effort to figure out where to go. I mean, Google Maps doesn't even have any availability for buses or directions or even timetables for it. So the only option for me is to either walk there or take a scooter there, which luckily I did, thank God. The only thing that suffered were my cold hands, but luckily they're warmed up with the shadow boxing. So yeah, anyways, time for me to head in and see what this museum is all about. Alright guys, so here I am inside the museum, just taking in every single bit of information, even the models that were there in display, the fleets of models that they had. It's just so cool to see, you know, in person. Like, oh God, it's just amazing. You even got the mock-up of the museum itself. You even got motorcycles at the top. It's amazing to see. You even got your developments. You even got like the more information about the museum as well, like when it was actually made.
After taking a look at the monumental history of this company, it was time for me to head to the next building for the fascination of production. Now, because we weren't allowed to use our phones or film due to privacy reasons, I'm going to tell you what I'd experienced with reference to the videos shown in front of your face. We, as in the 15 of us guests, first headed inside a small room to where our tour guide showed us the map and layout of the visitor and facility center. We were required to have an earpiece worn and attached to a small device in case we need to view certain contents as backup in case the tour screen was blocked by a couple heads. The first station was the stamping and body shop, where we watched metal sheets being pressed and stamped into body panels by robots. This process is done where it starts off as a metal sheet, which is then passed on and stamped into a specific shape. There are several distinct steps that a single part might undergo, but I'm not going to bore you with all the details. The only thing that you need to know is that there are several stages to stamping a metal part, 36 for some small specific parts. After these parts are stamped, they will then be transported to the body shop, where these robots welded them with precision laser scans to ensure that there is perfect alignment and gap dimensions forming into a car body or shell. This process sometimes involves craftspeople for fine-tuning. Next, these bodies are sent to the paint shop, where they receive protective and decorative paint layers in a highly controlled environment, often incorporating sustainable practices. Next, they'll be sent to the assembly station, where all car components are coming together, such as logos and text, insulation, pipes, and other systems such as the suspension, gear, clutch, brakes, and engine, which are all done by hand and machine. In Ingolstadt, they also have a dedicated facility for battery assembly for EVs, where they securely integrate advanced battery systems. As we were walking within the assembly station, we watched the staff fitting the car engine in, which involves 3 people to undergo that procedure. Pretty sick to see, given how much teamwork there is involved to do that task. Another cool thing about this tour is seeing how much robots and AI are present, handling complex tasks such as marriage and engagement, which I don't know what they are, but I do know it's the hardest thing that any human being will ever do. I also encountered seats being fitted into a car. All these are done whilst the passenger and driver doors are detached, which easily helps them fit all these mentioned components in. And once done, the doors will then be reattached to the car, polished, fine-tuned, and sent for test driving. One thing to mention is that we were in the A3 factory, which involves variants such as the Sportback and Salon, both in base, S3 and RS3 version, and the Q2, which is the beefy SUV version of the A3, which has the base and S version. Not gonna lie, seeing these Audis getting fitted and test driven just makes me want to buy an Audi, but right now, I'm a learner driver, unfortunately. I did my test and overall, I enjoyed my Audi experience and would love to run it back again at some point in the future. Roll on the next day.
Alright, so day 3, here I am at Olympia Park. Not fully at Olympia Park, I'm actually approaching there, but we are around that area anyway. just past the BMW tower. And yeah, it would be nice to actually get into the BMW factory and see what it's like. But unfortunately, it was all sold out. So decided, you know what? Let me take the time of my day to walk around Olympia Park and actually take a look at the Olympia Tower, which is no longer available until 2027 because right now they're doing some renovations. Weather's pretty calm, it's not too cold, nothing too crazy, so try and get my steps in, and if not, might even consider taking a scooter there. I mean, there's a few scooters and bikes available, so I might actually do that, you know, but I don't want to chip up my money, you know, taking a scooter. You know, I'd much rather just get my steps in. So yeah.
And here is a clear and stunning view of the Olympia Tower. Now, even though this attraction is temporarily closed, I chose the tower next to it, which is the Sky High Tower. It costed me 10 euros to get onto it, both online and in person. I decided to pay in person because doing it online gave me unreasonable and unexplainable difficulties. See the amount of grammar that I had to add into it just because of this one stupid issue.
Here I am, airborne on the Sky Lift Tower, and as you can see, this is absolutely stunning. We're not that high enough on that Olympia Tower, but it's still enough to give us those beautiful views. Now, I don't know how long we're going to be spending up there. I don't want to spend forever. It'll be nice just to take in all the views, you know what I mean? So yeah. We are going down, finally. I thought they're gonna be leaving me up there forever. I'm like, excuse me, I got other places to go, you know?
After that ride, I decided to take in a lot of nature, especially seeing and walking past these geese minding their own business. I was shocked that they might attack me. I mean, I've seen videos. They know I'm grand, so I trust them not to try me. Otherwise, they'll be my next protein meal. Phoenix Park may be bigger than Olympia in terms of land area, but when it comes to activities, I'd say Olympia Park takes the cake in that category. Later on, I rented a scooter to scoot my way down to Marienplatz to climb up the Glockenspiel Tower. Now this is what you call a proper German city, where we got some cultural architecture that are future-proof, but just looks so damn good. Unlike dead Dusseldorf, where it has some futuristic buildings, but no personality. Sorry, that was meant for Frankfurt, my bad. My plan for this trip was to climb the City Hall Tower for a view of the sunsets whilst gazing upon the market from above. However, it was closed, so I opted for another view, which you will see the next day.
The next day.
Alright, so here I am at the Besucher Park, ready to head upstairs to do some plane spots, and I went inside the souvenir shop so I can buy a bit of something for my nephew since he likes planes. So because it's Christmas, I gotta make the effort and buy the kids some Christmas presents. So journey's not too bad. Nothing too much to say about that one. I think it's only 30 minutes. Starting to see how this new terminal is actually coming out to be now. I don't know when they're going to complete or even activate it, like maybe in 2027 or 2026, maybe first quarter 2026. I'm not entirely sure, but it's starting to come across beautifully, you know what I mean? What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna head upstairs to the top platform, do some plane spotting for a bit, and then I'm gonna head over to the terminal to explore the Christmas market and possibly buy my niece something as well. So yeah, let's do this.
Earlier this video, I mentioned that I was gonna go to another country, which was Austria, specifically Innsbruck, close to Munich, but 2 to 3 hours by train. However, I wasn't willing to go there due to the €55 price tag for a train ticket. So I thought, you know what? Why not go to an airport to do some plane spotting, which is usually a tradition for me as a nav geek.
Two years ago, the weather was so bipolar. It was a mix of rain and sun, you know what I mean? It was cool just seeing so many jets on the tarmac. This is just early morning right now, so, well no, it's not early morning. I think we're in the afternoon. So yeah, It's good to see this airport once in a while, especially after it has been like, again, almost 2 years. I also went to the airside bus tour, which was pretty fun. If you guys have not seen the Munich video, it's going to be on the top right hand corner of your screen in front of you. So yeah, right now I'm just going to film some aircrafts taxiing, making some movements in general, and possibly take everything in. So yeah.
Now that I've done all the necessary plane spotting, it is time for me to head back to Olympia Park so I can observe the sunset from a distance. Getting up to that observation deck involves a lot of hiking, judging by my heavy breathing. And here we are, at the final destination, which I'll let you guys take in.
Well guys, that's pretty much it from my stay at Munich. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stuff that I've showed you so far. My favorite part was the Audi, if anything, because like being able to see how the cars were made, you know, and it's just amazing. I do like that Audi trip. I mean, Munich is just a beautiful city in on itself. I just love it. Way better than Düsseldorf. Like everywhere I go, it's just, oh, it's so fresh. Like similar to Amsterdam, similar to London. And I would love to go back again, maybe with my boys, Chica, Zoma, possibly Jerry from Inflight, Curacao, and other people that we have, you know, met at the meetup as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy it, because tomorrow, which will be the next video, I will be flying on Lufthansa City again, but it won't be economy class. So yeah, make sure you Ryanair, slam the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and please like this video. I've been putting in so much work into it. I've been showing you so much. I feel like it's much worth it if you just give it a like, you know what I mean? So yeah, anyways, this is AJ Murky. See you in the next one. Take care.